I ask for the truth on behalf of Cherilee Jooste. Is that how it's pronounced? Is it Jooste or Jooste? I couldn't quite say. I'll say Jooste just for the record on my part here. And as we shuffle, we just ask for the truth on behalf of Cherilee Jooste concerning just issues about what's going on. She thinks she's going to lose the house. Her and her husband's got to go separate ways. Or something, I don't know what this is. So we ask for guidance and insight. In the name of truth, right conduct, peace, love and non-violence. Blessed be to the truth always. I'll just straighten up the deck and then we'll place it to the side just here. And I'll deal out 3 cards for you there, Cherilee. See what this is about. Let's just see what we were doing here. First card I'll deal is in the position of, in the 3-card spread here, in your case, it's in the position of your, sorry, speck of dust or something. There's a bit of wax off the candle from previous. The first card is in the position of your recent past. This is a period of time between now and this time last month. I usually say about a moon phase behind, roughly 28 days, about a month. That's often what they call it, isn't it? The next card we pull and just deal and place, as you would say, in the centre there, as you could call it, the centre, is the present, which is now. And everything revolves around about now, because we are the centre of the universe in that sense, aren't we? Or the centre of what's happening, which is now. So that's the present. And then finally we'll deal out the future, or in this case, the immediate future. A period of time, a bit like the recent past, it's a period of time between now and this time next month. So in no further ado, we'll pull out the first card. I suppose it's a bit like beginning, middle and end of a bit like a timeline on Facebook or Twitter or something, isn't it? Beginning, middle and end of story. To find out or establish, I suppose, what you could call it, to establish what's been going on, we'll just pull the first card out. And the vibration of this card, the meaning or interpretation of it, is linked to your situation that you mentioned in the recent past. It's as simple as that. Let's just flip the card over, and this would be understandable in the sense you've got here the energy of the hourglass. Let's just so you can see that there. The energy of the hourglass. Notice here that yes, time has been of the essence. You've been against the clock. I get a sense as though somebody's giving you an ultimatum. That I suppose really from what you wrote, your question could indicate that. I don't know, but it's clearly here you were given an ultimatum, and time was against you. I suppose time's against all of us to some degree, isn't it? But in your case it was, and this has been the fear, I suppose, really. And as the sand in the hourglass, as you would say, runs down or ran down, things became a bit more real for you. In the sense you realised what this was all about. What's happening now, though? Where is this led? What's the result? What's it resulted in? And how can we link the meaning of this card here to the fact that you've been against the clock in some way? We'll just flip it nice and slowly, and just notice here the maiden. The energy of the maiden there, just indicating that a new relationship blossoms. I don't know what this is about, but I'm sort of, dare I say that somebody's got somebody else, and that's been the calling card, as you could say, or whatever you want to call it. That's been the trigger, and you better get out. Either I want you out, or somebody said that, or either I want you out because you've been doing the playing around, or I want you out because I've found somebody else, or what, I don't know. I'm getting that. I hope I'm wrong. But a new relationship that blossoms, if linked to like a career reading, it can be a good thing in the sense of a new business partnership or something like that. Well, this is something to do with, certainly in the literal sense, that a new relationship is blossoming right now. Maybe in one's desperate attempt to find comfort, solace, or whatever you want to call it, there, one has confided in a member of the opposite sex, another friend or whatever, and something has sparked off. I honestly don't know what this is. I want to pull the next card to see what it will be, if it is what we think it is. I hope not. I hope it's wrong. I want to just pull out the next card. I want to see what it is. We'll flip it nice and slowly. Now this is an interesting one, really. The energy of the Oracle. That's got I suppose, an Egyptian sort of look to it, hasn't it? In the sense of the Eye of Horus and the sun god Ra. Ra bringing beginnings and things, and then Horus. The Eye of Horus, of course, was the eye that was, it was Horus's eye, of course, naturally, and it was plucked out in battle, and then he went to a magician and it was restored. And that's why the Eye of Horus symbolises restoration, rejuvenation and things like that. In this particular case, knowledge, of course. The knowledge to be able to do something like that is pure magic, isn't it? And this is just advising you, really, that there's a touch of darkness attached to it, isn't it? Isn't there, in the sense of, I suppose, that one must, as it says, one must seek wisdom and guidance from elders. Between now and this time next month, and between now and this time next month, one must seek advice, but of course seeking advice from somebody and then confiding in somebody to such a degree that it starts a new relationship with them is just going a bit too far. Maybe although that's what I thought, I would have thought that one would have come before that one. Those two would have been, that would have been there and that would have been there. In the sense, as one seeks out knowledge, now it may spark a new relationship and you're in the ship, but it looks as though a new relationship is there in some capacity, or the potential of it anyway. At least a new relationship blossoms now. It could be just around the corner and about to happen. But either way, it's the spirit is strongly advising you to seek advice, which of course you're doing now, aren't you? With that, I want to pull out with it sort of saying seek advice, and I want to pull out some runes. I want to see what runic energies surround this. Given the fact that you've been against the clock in some capacity or other, time has been of the essence to sort this out. And as you say, like canners, the torch, and that is to do with things literally a bit like when you put a metal poker in the fire and it starts to glow, it comes to light, and that's a similar sort of thing in the sense something has come to light and you've been against the clock. Time has been of the essence because of something that came to light in a past tense capacity there. Of course, the new relationship that blossoms right now, notice there we've got need, the rune of need. Not Gifu, which is a cross like that, but notice it's a slightly off cross, as you would say. Don't get mixed up with that, because you can hack yourself if you do it wrong. It's a straight line down with another line across, like that. That's what it is. Need. And that's when you use it for magic, of course, you can put yourself in need of, and that by doing that you can encourage the magic to work. In this particular case, there has been a need for, in the sense something has come to light. Time has been of the essence as something came to light, and now you're in need, and a new relationship blossoms because of it. Or as a new relationship blossoms, you end up, no, I get a sense as though the need is the reason why the relationship is blossoming. The need for somebody else to confide in, or the fact that one is out on your heels without any money or without any means of sort of physically supporting yourself, and thus the temptation, although there's no temptation such as this, but the temptation may be to try and, although one wouldn't deliberately put oneself out to try and get somebody else just for the sake of having a roof over one's head, would one? But the knowledge that one has got to seek in the immediate future, between now and this time next month. What's the runic energy that surrounds that? We'll just think of that, and as we do it, oh, there's just one there next to me, and well, a bit like a lucky dip, isn't it? But you've got Thurisaz there, the thorn. That can symbolise anger or excessive energy, and of course often Thor's hammer, often or you can relate to Thor or thunder. In this particular case, seeking wisdom and guidance from elders, because one is either angry and one has to do it because of one's anger, or anger and bitterness will come from as one seeks. I get a sense why I'm sort of sensing there's that knowledge that you're seeking is legal. We don't do legal advice in this Facebook group. There's now is the 100% free psychic readings group, because we're not lawyers. We don't do medicine because we haven't got PhDs. But it certainly does point toward as though you'll be seeking, as though Spirit is saying, seek legal advice. Seek legal advice. It's one thing to seek the advice of a friend and confide in a friend and get in bed with them, or to sort of that sort of thing, figure of speech wise. Hopefully it is. But when push comes to shove, one must seek wisdom and guidance from elders, those who are in the know, those who are learned, and that's what it seems to be pointing, because of the anger attached to it, because of the excess of energy as well, the fact that things may move a bit more swiftly. You were against the clock and you were forced to do things, either forced to get out or forced to pack your bags or forced to think about what to do next more seriously than just thinking about it, because of what came to light. I got a sense as whatever it is that's come to light, you've found something out, or something has just, I don't know what this is that's come to light, but it's something to do with relationships in some capacity, in the sense that the relationship that blossoms right now is because you are in need, but more of from a monetary angle than in need for a bit of hanky-panky, as you would say. But to sort of seek out somebody else instead of for financial security, instead of trying to, off your own, if you're big enough and ugly enough, stick up for yourself and do that. But certainly, whatever this is, I hope it's wrong, but whatever it is, seek legal advice here. This is saying seek legal advice. That's what it's pointing, that's what I'm getting from it. That's what I'm sensing and feeling from that. So with that, we'll cast a shadow. And go well and stay well for now. Cherilee, these cards for you have spoken.